Minnesota Sports Hub. It's the Morning Sports Desk, presented by Wadena's Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade. Available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, and streaming on YouTube.
It is the Morning Sports Desk, powered by Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. I'm CJ Baumgartner. We got our guy Lava over there on the other end. It's why you should watch the show on YouTube. And going, of course, of our all-name team conversations, of which we will talk more about today. And we got Tyler Grunewald, voice of the Staples-Motley Cardinals, joining us here on the program as well. Fellas, how we doing on this Friday?
Let's do it, huh?
Oh, I'm ready. It's another football Friday in a Minnesota night.
All right, perfect. We're going to have Tyler talk about his preview, his matchup with Staples-Motley and Roseau coming up in just a little bit. But, Corey, first we got to talk just a little bit about your game last night. You had a little Park Region Conference volleyball rivalry get renewed.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Park Region Conference play opened up in the volleyball season last night. Thursday nights, Park Region night, conference night around the PRC, and we went 5 last night in Sebeka. The Menahga Braves on the road get their first victory of the season. As a matter of fact, Coach Tori Kumalainen gets her first career victory on the Braves bench, and in 5. Win that match last night. The Braves win the first 26-24, and let me tell you, that was indicative to the entire match. We got extra points. It was one of those matches, guys, where if Menahga scored 4, Sebeka would answer with 4. If Menahga scored 1, Sebeka would answer with 1. If Sebeka scored 9, Menahga would answer with 9. It was as close as you would assume a 5-set match would be. Menahga takes the first 26-24, Sebeka 25-19 in the second, Menahga 26-24 in the third, Sebeka 25-22 in the fourth, and then Menahga takes home the 5th set 15-12. It was back and forth all match long. It was long. When those matches go that way, when it's like literally a rung of a ladder, it's like you score, now we do, now you, now us, now you, now us, and it was a long match. I don't think I got out of the gym until darn near 10 o'clock last night. And it really was a competitive back and forth contest. The Braves pull out the victory, 1-2 on the season. Now goes Menahga. Sebeka falls to 2-1. Both teams obviously will continue with play next week with a couple of dates on the schedule, but fun to be back in Sebeka a year after their state tournament berth and to open up a new season in their new gym. What is it? I think year 3 in that new gymnasium for Sebeka. And like I said, one more time, Menahga comes away with a 3-2 victory, PRC volleyball last night.
Park Region Conference volleyball is underway. I'd take a look at the standings, but basically everybody is 0-1 or 1-0, except for Menahga, who's 1-1. So there you go. There's your standings update there. We will have Corey, by the way, will be tracking down every game of the week for the regional game every week on the Superstation K-106. So be following along for where he's going, seeing a lot of great volleyball across central Minnesota. All right, there's also a lot of great football going on, and one of the teams in the area that has been most talked about this offseason, coming into the season and now into week 1, has been the Staples-Motley Cardinals, and we got Staples-Motley football play-by-play guy Tyler Grunewald joining the program. Tyler.
Hey, Tyler.
Welcome back to MSD. Last time we talked, we were, talking like state championship, state semifinal, something like that?
I think a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It was a lot of fun last season. I know we had a great time heading down to Minneapolis for 2 weeks of U.S. Bank Stadium action for Staples-Motley, and the Cardinals kind of look like all systems go last week against East Grand Forks as they welcomed it into Green Wave to Staples-Motley High School, and they kind of look like midseason form as the offensive line may have looked a little bit smaller than the East Grand Forks offensive line, but they were much more physical. They were able to push back and really control the line of scrimmage. Colby Tappy just showed why he is one of the most dominant players in the entire state of Minnesota in high school football. And then Luke Bjerga really was impressive. Not only defensively, he was an animal like he always is, racking up the tackles for losses, the really hard hits, but also in the backfield when he'd go and spell Kobe for a play, he would get the ball and run over one player. And then this year he added that extra gear where now he's running away from players. And you can just see the difference in his athletic ability and his speed from last year to this year, where he's not just having to run over players, he can actually run around players too. And it was really fun to see the team just looks like midseason form, and all cylinders are a go. And Eli Rutten was crisp passing. I don't think he had an incomplete pass in the game. And then some of the new faces that we got to see, Adrian Caldwell along that offensive and defensive line, making some plays in the defense in the offensive backfield of East Grand Forks, but also holding his own on the offensive line. And then Bo Carlson as a wide receiver and as a wingback for the Cardinals, coming around on those reverse sweeps that they like to do on the double wing sets that the Cardinals offense has become famous for now after their infamous run last year.
And, the vibe over at Staples-Motley last week for the opener, they unveiled the banners. I just saw just a ton of pictures getting dumped across from you or from just the school pages. Last year there was obviously a buzz coming off of the section title game appearance, but obviously it's just been cranked up to 11, right? What was the vibe like last week, and what do you expect tonight in Staples?
It was, for a Labor Day weekend, you expect, some people might be leaving for the weekend. No, the stands were packed from one side to the other side. And then what's really cool about Staples, typical high school football field, you have the people on the side, but there were chairs, lawn chairs from one end zone all the way to the other. And then there was just clumps of people behind the lawn chairs. So it was a very packed atmosphere. It was a very lively atmosphere. There was a lot of youth football players, they always have their game going on behind one of the end zones or whatever. It felt like there was a party going on there, where there was multiple games going on instead of just one. So, and I expect even more after this first week of school. Everyone's kind of getting used to it now. Everyone sees what the team's going to bring, and then bringing in a team like Roseau this week, a team that Staples really doesn't get to see. New competition, new faces, and it's kind of exciting to see Staples play some of these different teams, some of these bigger schools too, especially after the success they experienced last year, to really test themselves in the regular season, to really prepare themselves for what's to come in the postseason.
Yeah, Tyler, I think the last time they played Roseau was the year before we brought you on. I actually went to Roseau and sat outside in the drizzle, so that was a fun car ride all the way there to sit in the rain. But you mentioned the schedule, and I do think that's a fascinating point for the Cardinals this year. Is not only last year was the success fun, but it was a little unexpected, right? And you look at that regular season schedule, it was pretty light for the Cardinals throughout the entire year. And every time they'd have a big game, I know you weren't at it, but like, Pillager is in town. How are they going to respond to Pillager? And then come tournament time, each opponent really upped the ante. And there was this question of like, how are the Cardinals going to answer the bell each and every single week? Now, this year, the schedule is on paper anyway, a little more difficult. Is there something you're looking forward to or looking from the Cardinals in this early season that's going to let you know, like, you know what, they really are up to the task again this year? Or is the schedule just in and of itself going to be the thing that bears that out for the Cardinals?
I think it's more of the latter there. I think it's really 1 week at a time. You don't see these teams very often, and every year that's a different squad anyways. But I thought East Grand Forks, the Cardinals definitely didn't walk into that game thinking, no problem, we're just going to walk all over this big school. As you see the roster last week, it was two pages compared to the Cardinals one. So you see those and you see how big some of these players are, but until you get on the field and really see them play and move around, you don't really know what you have. And last year, the Cardinals had a lot of lopsided wins, and this year I feel like they're hoping to have a lot more closer competition and to really test themselves and to get them in those situations that you do find yourselves in those state playoff games, like the Barnesville game that was such a classic last year, when you go into double overtime and you have those tight games. Then you kind of figure out, okay, what are we going to do in this situation? The regular season, it's not practice, it all counts. But you have to prepare yourself in the regular season for those situations in the postseason. And I think this schedule will really bear that out. As I'm looking at it, I'm really looking forward to going to DGF and then Barnesville week to week, back to back, and then you welcome Pillager that next week home. That's going to be a bear of 3 weeks that it's going to really bear out to see the determination, the grit of this team, and to really see how they are able to handle that physicality week after week. Because sometimes when you do have a little bit of a lighter schedule like they experienced last year, you're able to rest some of those players and to feature some of the different players that you don't have to rely heavily on your stars so much. So it'll be a really good test to see if the Cardinals can come all the way without as unscathed as they did last year, because they didn't really face a lot of injuries last year that really helped them in the playoffs. That they didn't come into the playoffs beat up either. So,
last question for you here, Tyler, and we'll let you get out of here. I know you talked with Coach Potter earlier in the week of Staples-Motley. What did he tell you was the keys to victory for you to be calling a Staples-Motley win tonight? What needs to happen against Roseau? What does that game plan look like?
I think the Cardinals, after talking to Coach Potter, really just setting the tone at the line of scrimmage, making sure that you control that line, execution, alignment, assignment, making sure that you're taking care of yourself, respecting your opponent, fearing no one is kind of their mantra this year. So they will respect all their opponents, and I expect nothing different this week, but utter respect and playing till the final whistle. And I don't discount Coach Potter ever when he says that. That's usually what shows up on the field. So I'm looking forward to tonight, and I'm looking forward to seeing Roseau down here in Staples. And I'm also enjoying the 6 o'clock kickoff because I don't mind getting home at 8:30.
just a little more helpful. And also when it's in Staples and it's not a 6 o'clock kickoff in Roseau, that's also helpful.
And all credit goes to my partner, Zeke Foreman, because it's the first 3 years be going solo and having him in the booth this year. We're going to have a lot of fun, and it's a treat to have him with me alongside.
Tyler Grunewald, Staples-Motley football play-by-play voice. Join him on the call tonight, 98.5 FM, AM1430 KNSP, The Fan. It's 5:40 pregame, 6 o'clock kickoff with Tyler and Zeke. Tyler, thanks so much for taking the time out of your Friday. Good luck on the call, and we'll be talking with you again next Friday.
Thanks for having me, guys. We'll talk to you then.
See you, Tyler. Thanks, buddy.
All right, see you, Tyler. That's Tyler Grunewald, voice of the Staples-Motley Cardinals, joining us here on the Morning Sports Desk. Corey, we're going to talk about my football game that I got tonight between Wadena Deer Creek and Lake Park Audubon, but I feel like this is a good time because it's getting closer and closer to lunchtime, and I'm getting hungry. You want to talk about Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade so I can just be nudged into going there for lunch?
So there's three things I want to talk about. One, we brought up yesterday, National Chicken Month. And the Pizza Ranch is probably the best place to celebrate National Chicken Month.
Of course.
They don't have chicken in the title of the business, right? It's called Pizza Ranch. It could be called Chicken Ranch. It is the chicken and mashed potatoes is as synonymous with Pizza Ranch as the pizza, and it is delicious. Speaking of chicken, did you know Thursday night is wing night at the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade? You can get wings with your choice of tasty sauces, boneless or traditional. And an exciting announcement coming from the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade. Their most recent post on the Facebook page, CJ. Can you guess what flavors are coming next week? We can't wait to share with you new limited time buffet flavors coming soon to the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. Looking for something to do before you head to that football game tonight? Looking for something this weekend to keep yourself entertained? The Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena is waiting for you.
All right, Corey, big football game tonight between two squads that are 1-0 on the season, Wadena Deer Creek and Lake Park Audubon. Those two teams are squaring off, coming across opening wins in kind of different ways. So Lake Park Audubon, they got their first win of the season last week, and that was at home against West Central area. 28-14 was that final score. And a lot of it was passing. I know we were just talking before we hopped on to do the show, Corey, but was talking with head coach PJ Peterson a little bit earlier, getting ready for the game and kind of prepping and things like that. And, I kind of said, what's your team's identity? What are the things that you guys really want to do well? And he said, I think the thing that we can do well is we can ride the hot hand. If we're running really well, let's keep running. if we feel like, hey, we've hit a couple passes, let's keep passing. Like, let's do that. Let's ride whatever's working for us in that specific game. And last week was passing. Starting quarterback Luka Besky in that first game of the season went 23 of 32 for 319 yards and 4 passing touchdowns.
Holy crap.
It was working against a West Central program that's been pretty successful over the last couple of years. Was at the Fargo Dome against Parker's Prairie last year. So a really nice squad that they have. Of course, in that passing game, you have Leave Shervey, who had 5 catches for 107 and a touchdown. Jackson Cascatel had 7 catches for 87. Gabe Harris, 7 catches, 67 yards, and 2 of those touchdowns. Brody Hansen, 1 catch.
DJ, those are ridiculous numbers.
Brody Hansen, 1 catch, 37 yards, and 1 touchdown, too, to finish it off. So insane. Really good passing numbers, and it's something that I know Coach Peter Meyer has definitely had an eye on and definitely knows that they're going to need to figure out how to stop that passing game first and foremost, but also it's high school football. You got to make sure you can stop the run as well. So that's the that's the kind of the dual approach that really Wadena Deer Creek is going to be faced with tonight. And you look at the Wadena Deer Creek Wolverines, who got an 8-0 win over Long Prairie Gray Eagle. That was defense, that was slug it out, field position, getting big plays and things like that on the defensive side of the football. Whereas, the victory for Lake Park in the 28-14, a little more offensive minded, a little more of that play. And for the Wolverines, it was a defensive slugfest as their defense got a shutout in week 1 against Long Prairie Gray Eagle. Wolverines a little banged up in the running back position. So just kind of trying to work some new names in, work some new faces in as they get ready for a matchup with the Raiders. But overall, it should be an interesting matchup. Obviously, Cam Snyder, the quarterback, had a few good runs. That I think the Wolverines really kind of feel like they have something there with the QB sneak game, or at least that quarterback kind of just tucking it and finding a way through kind of through those 2 or 4 holes or 3 or whatever it is that you need to have. So that's something that they feel like they can get going. Hudson Schultz, our Wolverine player spotlight, had a really nice game defensively, and also we'll probably see him get a few more carries tonight with the Torrey Pinella just a little bit banged up. So they are going to it is going to be a really interesting matchup to see how these two teams go at it. Will Lake Park stick with that pass because it was working last week, or like Will Coach Peterson said, will they kind of shift and be a chameleon depending on how the game goes? And for Coach Peter Meyer's squad, will that defense be able to keep up some of the things that they were able to do last week against Long Prairie Gray Eagle? Are they going to be able to do it against Lake Park Audubon? So that game will be on the Superstation K-106 tonight. That is 105.9 FM, streaming online at WDenaRadio.com, the Superstation K-106 mobile app. It has a 6:40 pregame, a 7 o'clock kickoff. Not as lucky as Tyler Corey. I couldn't quite get that kickoff moved up an hour early. I've never been to the Lake Park Audubon football field. I've heard good things about it, but I have not called the game there, so I'm excited to go.
All new facilities on that side of town over there with the new high school, and I mean, it's all in one spot now. It looks really nice from the road, so it'll be a fun place to be and check that out, and you get to mark another one off the list. I too have never been to any of the Lake Park Audubon facilities, so I'm excited to hear what it looks like.
Last week I got to check off a Long Prairie Gray Eagle on my list. Now I get to check off Lake Park Audubon. It's just a kind of, building up the little bucket list, checklist.
Is there one that's close that is surprising you've never been to?
Oh, that's a good one. Otter Tail Central, maybe. I've not done a game at either Henning or Battle Lake.
Oh, yeah, no, that's the one. Then that's the one.
That's the one. Sure. I haven't done a game in, if you want to go super close, like Sebeka maybe is another one. Just haven't quite gotten the opportunity to go there for football. Yeah. Browerville is another one. But yeah, other than that, like it's probably is OTC probably takes the cake for that one. And Wadena Deer Creek has Otter Tail Central on the schedule. They're playing next week, but that is in Wadena for the home opener.
Okay.
So that's how that shakes out.
Good stuff. Broadcast schedule, CJ should mention, not only for tonight, but all fall long, is up at WDenaRadio.com. We've got a lot of volleyball, a lot of football. There's more cross-country coverage always coming. So check out WDenaRadio.com. Check out Sports Cow, either via the website or on Facebook. Of course, you can stay updated on things on YouTube as well. Just search Hubbard Radio Wadena. We end it all with a hashtag Moo.
Moo. All right, Corey, let's wrap up our MSD today by doing the all-name team once again. On Wednesday, we did the honorable mentions. On Thursday, we did the C team, and we get those freshmen out of the way. We are going to now work on the B team of the all-name team. Of course, Tini Lali, and Lava, what's his name? Hold on, got to pull back the graphic. Lava Valali have been kind of your two running guns. Do you feel like they can be topped?
Well, here's the thing I was thinking about. Yes, I mean, I'm trying to pick a new one every single day. I need a name to stand out for me that isn't like Polynesian, Samoan, Pacific Islander name. Like,
I want to diversify it a little.
So far, I'm just picking somebody's normal name as my favorite name, which I guess is good. I need, like, I'll be interested to find out if we get a third Mister. We've had two Misters as first names so far. That's really interesting. But I need my favorite name ever, state basketball. I always look through the programs to find the best name. My favorite name ever is Stone De Leon. He played for Esco. I mean, he didn't play. He was on the roster. But Stone De Leon, super cool. I need a name like that to come through for me here now. Just like a weird, interesting one, rather than if you lived in American Samoa, Lava Vailai is not that interesting of a name, probably. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
I'm just picking somebody's normal. I need to pick an interesting, weird name today. That's what I'm hoping for.
All right, let's start out with the B team. From the University of Ohio, the Bobcats. It's the quarterback, Hype Grand.
Hype, all right. Well, that's an excellent start.
Grand, your starting quarterback on the B team. Your starting running back from Mississippi State is Fluff Bothwell.
Oh, no, I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Maybe, how about Fluff Bothwell? If I go pronounce it the other way.
I don't like the name Fluff. I don't think you want to be a guy who's good. I don't think you want Fluff as your name.
No, maybe if you're an offensive lineman, maybe Fluff.
No, you don't want to be Fluff. You don't want to be the fluffer.
How about a running back for Boston College named Turbo Richard?
Turbo's great.
Turbo's great for a running back.
I'm trying to decide. Maybe I just need to go through this one at a time. Hype Grand was the first. Is Turbo Richard? His name's Turbo Dick? All right. That's the best one.
I was waiting to see if you'd pick up on that.
It took me a minute, but we made it.
There's a reason he got to the B team.
Yeah, no, that's really wonderful.
All right, wide receiver out of Wake Forest, Karate Brenson.
Karate?
Yep.
What position does he play?
Wide receiver.
I think I'd like Karate better as a defensive back, to be honest.
That'd be a little better. It's like when Xavier Rhodes was with the Vikings and he kept holding all the time and Mike Zimmer gave him boxing gloves in practice. Like, here, you wear these now.
But think every time you have a pass breakup, you just go, ah!
Now in the NFL, they probably give you for the unsportsmanlike conduct now.
Don't spit in somebody's face. At least the bar has been set. 4 seconds of football.
We had an ACL injury and then spitting before the first actual offensive play.
I know. Right. So far, Turbo Dick is my favorite name.
From the University of Minnesota, wide receiver, Legend Lions.
Legend Lions is wonderful. It's not as funny as the other one.
Yeah. Can't beat it.
I'm just trying to not say it every single time.
Wide receiver out of Dazzlin Warsham. Dazalin. Dazzle.
Dazzlin's one. That's for a wide receiver. It's perfect.
Perfect.
Okay.
10 out of 10. No notes. Tight end. And by the way, this is all the second team. We haven't even gotten to the first team wide receiver.
I know.
Tight end out of UTEP. Cash Cheeks.
Cash Cheeks is great.
If he was I thought there was one less E. I was like, Cash Checks would have been great.
Cash Checks would have been awesome. That's a great point. Yeah, Cash Cheeks.
Cash Cheeks. This guy is Cheeks.
Yeah,
that's my name.
That's wild.
Offensive lineman out of Arizona. Rhino Tapa Adewari.
That's the full picture right there. Mm-hmm. That is position and name coming together perfectly. Maybe if you wanted to offer a slight nitpick, you would maybe prefer Rhino to be your fullback, but I'll take offensive lineman.
He's got to be a guard too. Like he's got to be the guy that's pulling and going to just eat that DB's lunch.
Correct.
It's Rhino, RHINO, and then TAPA apostrophe ATOUTIA.
Okay.
Perfect. 10 out of 10 no notes. He works. From Georgetown, offensive lineman, Mansfield Owsley.
Mansfield Owsley.
OWSLEY. Owsley.
Like a place you go to buy your paint.
And Mansfield Owsley will help your kitchen backsplash look the best it can be. For your really. I feel like for Mansfield Owsley, this would work better if he was a linebacker because it's Owsley. He lays the hurt.
Owsley.
Owsley. Don't forget, you will never forget my name. You'll say it every time I tackle you. Like, that'd be great.
You need to sell your home? List it through Mansfield Owsley.
All right. I hate how much that works. Offensive lineman from Georgia Southern, King Triton Samuela.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. King Triton's the coolest.
Mm-hmm. Like Triton, like the Greek, Roman, doesn't really matter.
I will never be able to tell. I don't know. I never know if they're Greek or Roman.
Yeah, they're basically the same. They copied each other anyways. It's
Triton, and then Neptune is the other one. Do you know? So those are
Poseidon's in there somewhere.
And then there's Poseidon too. Which
Poseidon,
one
I think is Greek? Neptune is probably Roman, but I don't know where Triton falls in all this.
The Little Mermaid?
Probably, yeah. I think it's just a fork with 3 little pins, I think.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. Offensive lineman out of Cal Poly, Rayson Delgatti.
Again, we have some wonderful names here today that if they just aligned with a different position,
would be a little better.
Would be just a little better. That not a lot better. Just like a guy named Rayson needs to be a running back. That's just how it is.
Mm-hmm. It's RACIN, Rayson, and then DELGATTY. Rayson Delgatti. That's what we call him.
I like it.
Our last offensive lineman on the B team of the All-Name Team on the college football All-Name Team list, from Eastern Carolina, Panda Askew.
Yeah.
Panda is the perfect name for an offensive lineman.
I also I watch a lot of TikToks with pandas that are falling over. There's lots of pandas askew.
There is
to be found virally on the internet, so it's not a bad combination at all.
How about pandas acute?
Pandas are cute.
No, like acute, like the angle.
Oh, yeah, I don't. They're such dumb animals.
They're endangered. Well, yeah, I can see why. You seen a video of them?
They're stupid. They're carnivores who eat nothing but plants all day.
They eat bamboo, which you think is a tree, but it's basically grass.
They're so dumb. I think they're only alive because they are cute.
And people care about them. People care about them because they're cute.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the reason why. They're adorable.
Corey Tackman. He is not Meta. You remember when Meta World Peace went to China, play in China, and he basically changed his name to Panda Friend?
Did he really?
Yeah.
I remember that.
So basically, if Corey's going to go do MSD over in China, you'd be Panda Hater. Which doing MSD in China sounds like you're going there to do exotic drugs, but you know.
Pandas are the hot girl at the workplace. Like, how does she keep getting promoted?
And then you're like, oh,
so dumb and useless. But there she is, another promotion. That's what pandas are.
Go get yours, I guess.
If I were a wild animal, I would have gone extinct, I guess is the point. There's no federation coming to save me from extinction.
All right, ready for the starting kicker from,
yes.
Or I should say the B squad kicker from Oregon, Atticus Sappington.
Atticus is great. I always like a good literary name. I like Atticus. That's cool.
I need to look this up because does this guy look like the kicker from Atticus Sappington? Okay. Well, there's 2 different pictures that do not look anything.
Atticus Sappingtons?
Atticus. Here, I'll pull him up. Atticus Sappington. Here's what this guy looks like.
Yep. I would have guessed that.
That's exactly what Atticus Sappington would look like.
Yeah. Fetch me my smoking jacket.
I am Atticus Sappington, heir to the Sappington fortune.
Bro, what's your favorite drink? I've always been a red wine drinker myself.
I don't care for that other. I don't care for those whiskeys or beers. I just like a good sip of wine aged to the Chardonnay.
What saith a Slim Jim?
So yeah, basically that's how.
Sucks for sure. Or problem. You know what I mean?
Like lacrosse player problem.
Yeah, like hockey bro problem kind of guy. Yeah.
How about defensive lineman Tycool Hill Lumen? His first name is Tycoolhill.
Tycool Hill?
Tycool Hill.
As a first name?
Yep. Tycool Hill.
Name. Tycool Hill. Tycool Hill sounds like that's a hip hop artist.
Yeah, like a 90s, late 80s, early 90s hip hop artist.
That's it. Maybe it's a group. Well, now I'm thinking of Drew Hill. So
look, it's a front man for Tycool Hill.
Yeah, Atticus Sappington. Who's that?
Oh, my brethren.
The thing that I like about all of these names, CJ, is that first of all, the names are unbelievably absurd.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one of them. Also, how you can just judge a person off of their name.
Right.
I know that I would not get along very well with Atticus Sappington.
You're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but if that cover sucks, don't tell me it's not going to give me a bad vibe.
Consider that cover judged.
Corey could be on the Supreme Court the way he's judging right now.
Correct.
Defensive lineman out of Wyoming, Tell Wade.
That is that's a good cowboy name.
Mm-hmm. Tellwade.
Yeah, that feels like a good Wyoming cowboy's name.
They'll go, Tell Wade, and somebody goes, Tell Wade what? What are we supposed to tell him?
Yeah, the play?
Probably.
A snap count?
Tell Wade how to do this. And then it's like, what? How do I do what?
It's a modern day who's on first bit.
His coaching staff's just ripping their hair out. Just playing dumb the whole time. All right, here we go. Great defensive lineman name out of Mississippi State. Diesel Moy.
Yeah.
Diesel.
It's perfect.
You're a defensive lineman. Yep, you're Diesel.
It's perfect. Diesel's a perfect football name.
Defensive lineman out of Tulane, Sultan Badmus.
Yeah. Sultan's pretty crazy.
Like he's about to tell Aladdin he can't marry Jasmine. Like that's why is that good? No, it's Badmus. It's bad.
Badmus.
It's Badmus. Linebacker out of Wisconsin. Ooh. Angel Toombs.
You know why his last name is Toombs?
Why?
Better dead than red. That's why.
I thought I was going to say because he's going to get buried by the Gophers offensive lineman.
He stinks. I don't like him.
Yeah, Angel Toombs. Do you kill angels?
Angel Toombs.
That's not a good look for you, sir. Toombs. Toombs.
Yep.
Linebacker, Mississippi State. Fat Forest.
Fat Forest. Yeah, gosh dang it. I was just going to change my name to Turbo Dick, but it's not. I'm changing it to Fat Forest. Is it FAT?
FATT. And then Forest, FORREST.
Yeah, no, it's Fat Forest is the best one.
Fat Forest. He needs to be a 3-technique defensive lineman.
Fat Forest.
He cannot be a linebacker, or if you are, you're like huge. You got to be like Ray Lewis size or something.
Imagine you're playing the Fat Forest. He's a D lineman, you said?
Linebacker.
Oh, he's a linebacker. So it's perfect, right? You're playing a team. The other team's got a short quarterback, big offensive lineman in front of them. You try to throw it out into the flats, and Fat Forest picks it off underneath. And now you're the announcer, and you say, and he couldn't see the forest through the trees. Forest takes it to the house.
He couldn't see the forest through the trees. And now watch Fat run.
Fat Forest. Awesome name. That's the best one. If Turbo Richard would have actually been Turbo Dick, that's the best name. But it's Turbo Richard. I got to take these on face level here. Fat Forest is way better.
None of the implied stuff. Corey wants you to tell it to him exactly.
That's right.
Fat Forest. All right. From the University of Montana, the Grizz.
The Grizz.
Linebacker, Clay Oven. That's just more straightforward.
The hell is he, a kiln?
Pretty much, yeah. That'd be his nickname, the Kiln.
Yeah. Let's go put it in. Hey, Mrs. Fogarty, what am I supposed to do with my my key holder that I made? Put it in the clay oven. You mean the kiln? Yes.
Put it in the clay oven. Why do I want to put it in that guy's mouth?
You mean what clay's over there?
What did I do?
Not again.
He's just like running down the hall.
Oh gosh.
And then just some other teachers go, "Yep, they're working on pottery today."
Yep. No.
Sipping on their coffee in the teacher's lounge.
Poor Clay. That's his work study job.
And you think you don't get paid enough. All right. Defensive back, University of Washington. Ephesians, like the book in the Bible. Ephesians.
Paperweight out of his ass.
God dang it. God dang it.
Sorry.
A nice Friday show for the kids. And here we go. Darn you, Clay Oven.
All right. My bad.
Defensive back, Washington. Ephesians Prysock.
Yeah, that's great.
Good one. It stinks that Ephesians is a New Testament book, because if Ephesians could lock a guy up, they'd be like, "Hey, that's pass interference." He'd be like, "I'm going Old Testament on you." That'd be the perfect thing, but fortunately not. Paul should have wrote his letter to Ephesus before Christ. Defensive back out of what I can only assume is Butler or something, maybe Samford. Gumbo Gaskins.
Yes. Oh, when's the last time you had a good bowl of gumbo?
I've had gumbo once in my life. It was in Duluth.
That sucks.
Yeah. It was okay. It was fine. Maybe a little too spicy for my taste, but
We have gumbo every Christmas. I've got my mom's side of the family comes from Louisiana. So we have a little, that's our Christmas tradition on that side of the family. Gumbo every single year.
Gumbo. And
I'll tell you, for the most part, it's okay. We made it one time at our place. Don't tell my parents this or anyone on that side of the family. It was so much better when we made it.
Oh, see, I'm clipping this. This is going to Facebook. This is getting tagged. You're done for.
Don't tell anyone.
It's already out on YouTube. They can just go back and find it if they listen at the 38-minute mark.
Don't tell anyone, or I'm going to turn you into a clay oven.
All right. Defensive back out of Georgia State, D. Icy Hopkins.
Ooh.
Icy. I-C-E-Y.
That's good. So it's not dicey. It is D-Icy.
D-Icy.
That's good.
He's D-Icy, which also sounds like a early 90s rapper.
It does. D-Icy.
Or somebody's trying to steal Vanilla Ice's whole flow. So I'm D-Icy.
Yeah.
All right. Defensive back out of Kansas State, Sirius Stinyard.
Okay. I like that.
Yep. Punter out of Tulsa, Angus Davies.
Angus out of Tulsa, of all places. That is.
He's got to be a big boy punter, right?
Exactly correct. Well, I mean, he's got a mustache for sure. I know that much.
Uh-huh.
He's got a Gen Z mustache.
Yeah, that's fair.
Is it Gen Z or is it young millennials? Who has the mustaches these days? Is it a little of both?
Probably a little both, yeah. Long snapper out of, I don't know where this is. I can't see in the logo, but Gamble Ford.
Okay. That's nice. It's not a position appropriate.
Maybe a quarterback whose name is Gamble would be.
You don't like that.
You would not want that.
No, he's a gunslinger.
It's old Gamble over there.
Yeah, no, that's not You don't want that out of your quarterback.
Yeah, and then he changed his name to Nick Mullins. Pretty much.
Uh-huh.
All right, that is the B team, Corey. We will reserve the A team for Monday's show. When we talk to the Vikings too.
There wasn't a single, or was there? Was there maybe one, like Pacific Islander name?
Maybe if you want to go with the Rhino Tapa Otari out of 10.
There was. Yeah, there was. That was one. No, good. I'm glad that it worked out though, because I've been waiting for like a ridiculous. Fat Forest is wonderful.
It's great. You had Turbo Richard and Fat Forest.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
I wanted Turbo Richard's name to be just a little different pretty badly.
That would have been, well, if that was the case, he would have been on the A team.
Without a doubt. And I am jazzed up for what those A team names are going to be.
Let me tell you, I'm looking at the list right now.
They better be double entendre rich, I guess is my point.
You'll like them.
Yes.
You'll like them. Yes. I don't know if maybe all of them will be in your exact way. But
I'll be overwhelmed. I'll get overstimulated if that's the way it is. I can't handle it. My brain won't be able to do it. It'll take us 45 minutes to go through the names, but one or two in there would be nice.
Exactly. All right. That's going to do it for our show today. Monday, we'll talk a little Vikings because they're playing on Monday night.
Yep.
Gophers play against Northwestern State tomorrow if they don't win by 50. The program has won one game in the FCS in the last 3 years.
I bet they don't win by 50, CJ.
No, I bet you they win like 20-0. And it's like, what?
I bet the game is not actually close, but the score is.
Yeah, exactly. Like people at the Buffalo game, I was talking to a couple people in the office and like, oh, that game is weirdly close. I'm like, not if you were watching it.
Yeah.
Not if you're watching, which is exactly the kind of football PJ Fleck plays in the non-conference.
In all the games, let's be
in all the games.
I saw an interview with him where it's like, if you could bring back one all-time great from the program, who would you bring back? And he said Greg Esslinger, which is A, an awesome answer, and B, exactly who PJ Fleck would bring. Very on-brand pick from him.
No Maroney, no Barber.
No Thomas Tapay, no Ron Johnson.
No Tony Dungy.
Brian Cooper, none of that. Not a quarterback, of course. We wouldn't do that. The only answer would have been there. His number 2 was Tanner Morgan, for sure.
And that's only because he just looks like PJ Fleck. By the way, Tanner Morgan will be in the booth for the Gopher game on Saturday.
Hallelujah.
Weird that Viking. Here's the thing about Morgan. He had a great time as the Gopher quarterback, and then immediately upon him leaving, I guess there was the Callie McManus here in between.
Yep.
But then all of a sudden, Drake Lindsay or Max Brosmer showed up, and not only did he like have a nice season with the Gophers, but then immediately took his job as the camp body and actually made the Vikings roster. Normally, the Vikings just invite the Gopher quarterback over because they know they live here and will show up to training camp.
Correct.
This one actually gets to make the roster.
No, Brosmer was. I am so happy for him. And by the way, wrong. I always loved Brosmer, but I remember saying distinctly many times on this program, like, he's really nice, he's accurate, but he doesn't have the arm for it.
So too.
Boy, was I wrong. He apparently does.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It's cool. All right. See you Monday, I guess.
Powered by Wadena's Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade. Follow the Morning Sports Desk on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And watch every show on YouTube.